Okay, so bad things. Nothing good happened.
Nothing
We
good
lived.
ever happened.
Yes,
It
you
was the
lived,
fucking
kind
mob.
of. If you can
Let's
call
mean-
that living.
We live, but also we don't at the same time.
Yeah, but we cut back in to the party, like, reassembling without Amelia. Heinrich was all just like, we have to go back. We need to just, like, okay, you guys take a rest. I'm gonna go scout. Emran says, cool, take my raven. And then Heinrich just fucking walks up to the door, just like, hi, can we talk? And then he gets locked inside the building.
I wish to see the baby.
They have a conversation. We cut back to the other three of us who are being assaulted by a horrible bat monster. We were all just like, okay, Heinrich has left us. Let's go get help. Theodore! So we sent a message to Theodore saying just like, hey, how's it going? We need your help, please, God. And Theodore's all just like, yeah, things are bad. Darrowshire is basically, like, condemned now. Like, filled with the wasting. Karstein's promising a cure. Basically, everyone's left Darrowshire. So now we basically don't have a home to go back to. As we exit the forest, we find some of Karstein's people that are trying to take us in. Emran and Llewellyn almost go full murder. Conrad is basically just like, no, do not murder, please. We almost all went down. It was sketchy. So we go back to the rat tunnels, shove a few horses in there, and have a week-long nap. And we go to Fallen Horse Inn and see Theodore just kind of taking a nap in the middle of it. We say hi. He's all just like, oh, good, you're all alive. Where's the other two? That's what we need help with. We give a brief explanation on what the fuck is going on. And it's just like, all right, let's go. Also, Emran told Theodore just like, hey, yeah, don't be surprised, I use magic. He's like, what kind? Magic.
Witch! Witch! Witch!
And so,
Both
and
parties in this
meanwhile, at the
conversation really
Canos
did the but when it
estate,
gets worse to each other.
yeah. Meanwhile, at the Canos estate, Heinrich and Amelia have conversations with Abhorash that the rest of us are not privy to, so I cannot give any more information other than they both accepted vampirism as their lord and savior.
No other context. We are now vampires.
You are now vampires. And now we are just walking on the same road towards each other without our knowledge.
Spider-Man
Watch out
meme.
for us.
Oh, that's right. Daniel and I had a Spider-Man meme moment.
Yeah.
You tell me if you tell me. No, I'll tell you if you tell me.
Did you take it? I did you? Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we get to gaslight the rest of our friends. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And Theodore, we get to gaslight him too.
Yeah.
And Isabel.
Sorry, buddy.
Especially
lot of
Isabel.
A lot of people.
A lot of people are about to get
A lot of
gaslit.
try never
lying
come
for
within a mile of Isabel ever again.
Um,
See, now you know how
you guys
Emran
are
feels.
basically
I'm just gonna see her. I'm gonna get on Nico and run.
Yeah.
I was, and then there's Heinrich.
we-
I was running.
we established that Nico is the best character in the campaign.
Nico is the
Yeah,
best
he's,
boy.
He's Bill. Nico's just Bill.
He's
Nico's
just Bill,
Conrad
but without the
MVP.
nightmare.
No, Kill. Bill is the pony from Lord of the Rings.
What?
We named Bill the Nightmare after Bill the Pony from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh. That makes a lot more sense now.
Well,
I guess before
You know, maybe if I go full evil vampire, Nico could become a nightmare.
maybe
Yeah, just like Tron.
before
That'd be cool.
before we meet the other
I'm gonna
people,
steal his drip and do it better.
I'm just gonna go look to Amelia and just say, what do we tell him? Obviously, not drinking blood.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we leave that bit out. I think we can probably tell them most of the rest.
yeah. What? How do we make it believable? you just let us go? Well, obviously not.
No,
I mean,
we're I mean,
We
he's
have
got
mutual-
the snake. We're both working towards that. We think that Emilia, not me, other Emilia, is somehow connected with it, and she's obviously a threat to both of us, given that, she's trying to hunt us down. She tried to send us to kill him,
mhm.
so we're gonna try and tag team take her down.
That's,
So,
okay, that's
we came to
yours.
common alliance here.
Yeah, and I'll take the avenue of a mutual hatred of Karnstein.
Okay. And nothing brings
He's
two
like-
people closer together than the hatred of a third person.
The hatred of a third person. The enemy of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. Like we weren't cool before, but like screw you, Karsten.
Yeah, because yeah, because originally he was tricked into vampirism.
I mean, I feel like we don't really need to start laying out his entire tragic backstory.
I don't know. Apparently, Llewellyn wanted to know it.
I mean, of course he does, but I'm not entirely sure he'd appreciate us sharing that with everyone.
Fair. All right, what are the chances of meeting him on this road? Looks.
I mean, where do you think they
Sees
would have
that there's
gone?
three.
Back to Kimball, maybe?
or
No, that can't
Now
be them.
there's
There's four of them. We better hide.
I look to Amelia. You can't. No offense. You can't hide.
On the other side of the road, just like there's two people walking on the road.
Amelia
Out
just
of the
glares at you
Witchwood.
like,
What does that mean?
No offense.
Two people came out of Witchford, right?
Yeah.
Because Conrad is wearing his stealth armor. He's thinking, do you guys want to just me and Emran hide Llewellyn and Theodore can go up to them? See who they are.
We can try.
through the sacrifices.
But if like
Sacrifices must be made.
because like if this is someone that is not well intentioned, we'd be leaving the two of them to deal with it on their own.
That's what I'm saying. We hide, essentially ambush them in case. Essentially set an ambush in case. Because me and you can have longer range than both of those two.
That is true.
I have as much range as my sword.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh,
All right.
I'll go hide in the dirt fields. Have fun.
All right. See.
Can the two of you please roll me a stealth check?
Alrighty.
See.
Net one. Cameron just
I'm
disappears into the brush.
Just gone. Gone like the wind.
Just
Gone
like,
with the
all right,
wind.
Emran is suddenly no longer there.
I guess can Amelia and Heinrich make me perception checks?
Yeah. I also need a nat 20 in order to see Emran.
Um,
Oh!
Yes.
That awful close.
Wow.
And then I don't. It doesn't matter for Amelia, right?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
Damn.
As the two of you are coming out of the Witchwood, you saw a group of people, hard to distinguish between numbers. And then, as you get closer, you see it's two individuals. A Knight of the Silver Hand, proudly wearing his breastplate with the symbol of the Silver Hand, and what looks like a follower of Ilmater, his hands bearing the red ropes of the clergy.
Is that? There's only one person that I know that. I think it's them. Why is Theodore here?
Oh, this is so scuffed.
How loudly do you say that? Why is Theodore here?
I just conversational tone.
Sorry, mom came in. I was talking to her. I was muted.
Unacceptable.
What did you say to me?
I said, I finally, I'm like, there's only one person I recognize of those types of robes and that stature. It's the masochist himself. Is that Theodore?
Theodore looks over to Llewellyn
Where's the other?
and
Where's
just
the other two?
starts listing features. A woman in plate armor, and a man far too tall and menacing to be wearing nothing.
You think I'm menacing?
Is that Amelia? And presumably Heinrich? I think it is.
It's unnecessary. Yeah,
I
that's
see a perception. I roll stealth. Llewellyn doesn't see me.
All
As you
right.
guys
Sorry,
get
gang.
closer, you see Theodore kind of break into a small jog, but then he slows down as he gets closer to you guys, and he kind of turns a little bit to the side, suspicious.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Theodore.
Hello.
you're okay.
I'm trying really hard not to say something dumb, but I want to make many jokes.
Daniel, I'm in the exact same boat.
Make what jokes?
I'm just like, what brings you to this part of the Witchwood?
I just want to say,
No,
ta-da!
that'd be really dumb.
You're okay.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you guys get out?
I think
Where's
I'm-
the other two?
Answer my question first,
Damn, okay, Llewellyn.
please. I said please.
yes.
I am my
I know.
man.
In brief,
Come to an understanding.
it turns out.
With-
Go ahead.
God, the audio's breaking.
No, the audio.
Oh, am I losing my audio?
Oh,
she's
you're back now.
1 sec.
As it turns out, if you talk to individuals, you might find out they have more in common than you think.
Can you hear me any better now?
E.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mom's in the shower. I think it was messing with the noise suppression.
Oh God.
So now I'm on the floor on the other side of the room. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm being sabotaged. But no, what I basically said is that we'd come to an understanding with Havoresh to go against Amelia.
Can the two of you roll me a persuasion check?
Where did my character sheet?
Small character sheet.
Oh, I hate the small character sheet.
I am in pain. This is fine.
Living in
Correct.
Spain, but the S is silent.
Yes.
19.
Where's my persuasion? Oh, now I can roll. Thank goodness.
Theodore
Would have been
had
useful the last two sessions, but
rest-
I'll take it.
Theodore had been resting his hand on his greatsword. Obviously suspicious, especially after what had happened inside
Understandable.
Starshire. But his expression kind of softens from a scowl to almost a look of pity. How does Llewellyn react to being told about that?
Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
No guidance. 11. Okay, he believes him. He just goes,
Oh, we believe you.
but like,
Yeah.
his initial like eyebrows go from like a very suspicious look immediately straight to, oh, okay, well, at least you guys are fine.
How does how
Amelia,
the-
Amelia kind of like squints at that, like that was surprisingly easy.
for the stealth party, the stealth duo,
No, it's okay. The
You see
skeptics
the
are in the
two-
bushes.
the two groups get close, probably within 20 feet of each other, and they start talking. Can the two of you roll me perception checks to try and listen in on the conversation?
I can certainly try. Oh, hey, that's not bad. That's really good.
R.I.P. Conrad.
Ren, you
No, no.
hear-
I'm a bow ready. I'm like seeing blood.
You start to
Emran
see
is just
red.
like trying to push the bow down steadily, just like hold on.
All
Ren,
right,
you
fine.
hear
Conrad is
hear
going
the
back on his
full
anti-murder ways.
conversation. You hear the full conversation. You hear their explanation about coming to an understanding with Haporash and joining together to fight Amelia. How do you react to that?
Skepticism. Because, like, okay, sure. But that seems too easy.
Cameron, what are they saying?
They're saying that they've made an agreement with Haporash to take down Emilia.
They made an agreement with Haporash
Yeah,
to take down Amelia.
that's what they've said, at least.
What did Theodore and Llewellyn say?
From what I heard, they seem to be believing it. Their
Okay.
posture has lightened.
Okay. I gotta possibly come to terms with possibly working with a dragon again.
Eh? He's not a dragon.
Nothing. It's something. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Band of the Dragon. That makes more sense.
Yeah. I am worried about all of them.
Do you not like the Dragon Knight Band?
They were the ones that were effectively the closest to the king. The one that got all the glory.
Hmm.
The ones that got to fight the great battles. The ones that did not fight the long and and arduous wars. They weren't one of those.
We're,
they did.
like, whispering.
Yeah.
You look up and all four of us are staring at you.
Oops. Do we reveal ourselves,
then,
or just let them keep talking?
I will. Yeah, let's get close, and we'll just reveal ourselves when we get close.
All right.
How close do you get before jumping out of the bushes?
How close can I get to them?
I'd say maximum 30 feet.
All right. How I'm gonna do this right is I'm gonna effectively go as close as I can. Then I'm gonna send out retcon behind them, and essentially switch places with them just to pop out right behind them, and freak them the fuck out.
Emran is just going to like almost phase in through the mists.
This seems so extra and unnecessary. but okay.
Yes,
It is.
something sketchy is
We
happening.
did leave that to the Edge Lords. I don't know what we expected.
Emran appears out of a non-existent mist, like a mist cloud preludes them, and everyone walks out of it, trying their best to apparently embody Strahd more than y'all.
Hi, Emran.
Yeah,
Conrad
Heinrich, I don't think we need to be worried. These two are way more weird.
tries. Conrad appears behind you after having swapped places with Retcon.
Heinrich. I'm assuming he makes. No.
Oh, thank goodness you guys aren't dead. I was worried something happened to you when you were here.
That almost
Yeah.
happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
It almost
After
happened.
Heinrich got captured, quote unquote, we left. About as soon as we left the Witchwood, Karstein's Knights found us. Almost didn't make it out.
I had it.
He had it.
That's true. He carried.
That's how we're hunted in and out of the Witchwood.
I mean,
You
as
seem
you guys,
well.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I've come to an understanding. It seems that the two vampires in this region are more opposed to each other than we had previously believed.
So I've heard.
You said that you came to an understanding. What is the understanding?
To team up and try and take down the witch Emilia. As she threatens us both, and we think that she may know something about the snakes.
Snakes.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
We will catch you up on the travels.
They're magic black and
let's-
gold snakes.
Amelia's been having dreams. Each time woken up by this one little black and gold snake. That is, shall we say, an omen of death.
And Avorish managed to catch one.
And what does that got to do with any of this?
Well, Amelia's been
look
trying to
to
kill me for a long time. She's been trying to kill us. She wants me to stop dreaming.
The
Which leads us
witch
to believe that
has
she
stopped
may know
trying to
something
kill us
about
at
all
the
of this.
moment because she wants us to kill Aborash.
Yeah, but we didn't do that, so I'm guessing that's probably off.
No, we didn't. And she probably knows, let's be honest. She likes to keep tabs on me.
Probably. Has she you-
Why?
heard anything from her?
He
Has
he
she
starts to
showed
kind of
up or
like
nothing?
distance himself from both Emrin and the other two, kind of putting himself in like a third point in a triangle between the two groups.
The witch cursed my family and stole my sisters. Without prayer, I slowly die.
You can tell that he's thinking some things. He's trying to make some connections and he's jumping to a couple of conclusions. He's trying very hard to just keep his trust in you, but after everything that's happened, there's a lot of worms of doubt eating away at his trust.
Emran definitely takes notice of this. Just like, yeah, that's kind of what I expected.
So you're a witch,
No.
and that's where the magic comes from.
Granted, I don't actually know where the magic comes from. It's just something I've sort of had. But as far as I'm aware, I'm not a witch.
What other explanation can you offer then?
I'm scared it's going to put me in danger. Emran will take off their hat and just... I ask that you simply do not freak out that much as they let go of their illusion.
Do you think this offers some kind of explanation? Other than confirmation of what I've just said I'm thinking.
What, do you think all tieflings are witches? Your silence is speaking volumes.
Not much else I can say.
Do you think I'm a witch? There's not a lot I can do to dissuade that. But if I offer anything, it's that I have been using everything I have to protect Arrowshire. Fat lot that's done, though.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh,
Oh,
What's
yeah, that's where Theodore is going to explain.
Only the theater.
How we ended up
How
with
dare
a
you to
Mexican
reverse
standoff
Theodore.
of trauma dump.
It's
we're
like, hey,
all
you
like
put the
sitting
pressure
here.
on me, I'm putting the pressure on you.
House von Karstein has evacuated Darshire in its entirety. I tried to stop people, but they didn't believe me.
You ticking to Everstill?
At first, yes. And then for resettlement afterwards.
Resettlement where? Just around?
They didn't tell me, which is why I tried to keep everyone from going. But with all of you gone and Gabriel gone and most spiraling in depression, there was nobody there to speak with me. I just sounded like a raving madman. After you kill Amelia, what is Horash supposed to do?
That was
What's
a question
the
I've been holding on
ex-
to. What's
What's
next?
the extent of your understanding?
We had discussed gathering forces in an attempt to go against Karstein, but we have made no concrete plans past that. With Amelia still breathing down our necks, we have to take some sort of pressure off of all of us, or we can make no further progress.
And Abaresh believes that Emilia's anathema is connected to the snake.
What? Anathema. Snake.
Emilia
The witch, I
is
can explain this part.
effectively-
The witch Emilia is, or rather has made herself immortal through the use of an anathema. We don't quite know how, but this anathema is what is making sure that she does not die. If she does, she just simply comes back. And supposedly with this anathema, we could kill her for good. But we don't know exactly what it is, do we?
We know that it's can
I know,
possibly
we
connected
talked a
to
bit about what it was, but I don't have my notes with me, so if something specific was said, I don't have it.
The only thing I remember written down is that it was connected to the snake somehow. But we need to
Mhm.
like get in and kind of pull her out, type of deal. in order for
Aborash
him to-
believes that it is a moth or a
Mm.
moth that looks. I mean, a moth that looks like Skylark.
Okay. He believes that anathema might be. So, sorry.
He's fangirling over himself.
Oh my God, Skylar, you're hurting me. Come for to take my identity. Might be tied to a moth that has the brown moth with almost looks like owl eyes on the back of the wings. It is believed that she has killed the majority of them, and she absolutely despises this moth. I don't know why.
Does Abhorash happen to know where to find one?
I believe you said no, correct, Josh?
Yeah, he has no idea.
He has no idea because they have nearly all been wiped out.
So
I
we're
think
just
that's where
supposed to
we
search
come
the
in and try
Witchwood?
to find it.
Why do we keep focusing on the Witchwood? What does it matter?
Everything's in the
anymore?
Witchwood.
We don't need to be in the Witchwood anymore.
What do you mean by that?
Where's our enemy?
And
Everstill?
Everstill.
Everstill. So why do we
But
keep
do you have the strength
dipping
we
our
need to get
toes
to
into
him
this
and
evil
take him
forest?
down? I mean, even if he wasn't a powerful vampire, which he is, how are we even supposed to get to him? And he's the supposed lord of this entire region now. He has guards.
And I took a punch from
In the Zembran kill
Garstein.
test,
It
he's not
almost killed
exactly
me.
a weak fighter.
He almost killed me with a
If
single
we could
punch.
just go after Karstein right now and take him down, I'd say we should, but I don't think we have a hope of doing that.
But how do you think Abhorash or Amelia or anything in the Witchwood will help?
Because it will ensure, I point to Emran, that she's 100% all the time. And that we don't have to worry about going and praying at a church every week, every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks. No offense, Emran, but I look to Theodore. Do you want a liability on this team? If you are to come with us.
Well, I didn't know anything about that.
As a simple explanation of the curse, my condition slowly gets worse over the course of 7 weeks. At the end of it, I die. The only thing that's been able to hold it off is prayer at a church of Palor. And we're running out of those. The one that we've been making use of recently is in Cadefall.
There are churches in every city and town.
And which
Can
are
we
we welcome
petition
in?
Any of the other ones other than Everstill, I would imagine. There are 2 other lesser lords. We can petition them.
We're wanted men, Theodore.
According to
In Everstill.
Karstein, we killed Balthazar Holtzman.
And his authority only reaches so far. This is no royal order.
I'm agreeing with Theodore because as well when we went against Magnus, he seemed so reluctant to attack us and to fight us. It seemed that he wanted to believe us somewhere deep down, I feel like he wants to believe. He wants something to be right with us, with what we said, to make us, I feel like we have potential for a lot allies that do not fully see it in Karstein's view at the moment in that region as well.
We could petition the Scarlet Inquisition. Share what you know about him. They have authority outside of the Lesser Lords. They can unleash an investigation on him.
If we were to do that, I'd rather be nowhere near. Isabel's already been on my ass enough.
Well, yes, but Can you tell me, Theodore, about the other Lesser Lords? Until
I mean, I've never met any of them. I never even got to meet Balthazar, but let me check my notes.
yeah, I was yep, that's DM checking notes.
Yeah. DM silence. Oh, they're checking notes.
Notes. Why am I blanking on where these are? Well, there's the Drocht family in Stadborough. They're wealthier than the Balthazar's family was. They're big contributors to the arts. They're the ones who commissioned the three morning churches. One in Everstill, one in Stadborough, and one in Lensil. The other ones, the Cutners, former military. One of them was Stefan Cutner. He was a general in the War of the Beard, and he passed on a lot of those values to his son.
Let's see.
And where are the Cutners situated?
Lensil, across the lake.
That's a long distance.
But it would be good enough. It would be good distance away for us from Everstill.
It would.
Actually.
I have something that I am currently worrying about. If we don't kill Abhorresh and go against the witch, I'm worried she may try to accelerate my curse.
As where it stands right now, we have two major threats. Obviously, we have Von Karstein getting influence. If he gains influence through the other Lesser Lords or through other means, it'd be harder for us to move around.
Or through the royalty she was already cozying up with.
Oh yeah,
he was already cozying up with, what was it?
The second princess.
Second princess of where again?
Of Rest.
Yeah. Likely another
And
power
then-
grab on his part.
100%. And then there's also the witch, Emerin. Emilia. God, there's too many Emilias.
I didn't think about it until we were already part way through the campaign, and I couldn't change it.
And then we also
I just have to
have
suffer.
Emilia.
Yeah.
That's also a major threat as well.
She has
do you
demonstrated an
think that-
ability to establish telepathy with me.
So what?
So what? She may try to kill me.
Has she shown any of that before? Other than
No,
just her own.
but I've been working through some
Paranoia.
of her words. If we were to kill Abhorash, I think she would have lessened my curse in a way, for a time.
She did
So
not, if I
she
recall,
has-
promise to remove it.
Oh, she did not promise to remove it. I don't even know why she cursed my family in the first place, but it's enough to, curse an entire family line.
What makes you think she can make it any worse? You killed one of her daughters.
Yeah, and she then proceeded to send multiple
Oh.
Woodwards to kill me.
Oh. Huh.
What are you thinking,
What?
Conrad?
No, how he said that, it's like coven magic.
Oh. Wait a minute. From what I know of witches' covens, there's usually 3 of them, right? And they kind of share power. That's how the old tales go, isn't it? By killing
I
one,
believe
do we
believe so.
think we weakened her?
Do we think she's maybe looking for a replacement?
I don't.
In you.
She didn't want me before.
Because now you're needed.
Do we think we can use that?
Well,
I don't
for
know.
what?
Lure her out with the promise that I become her new daughter?
No.
That's a dangerous game, Emerin.
That's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Speaking words with any type of creature of the woods. It's dangerous.
I've read the tales, I'm well aware.
You effectively, I would probably, I'm agreeing a lot with Theodore. You should probably at least understand the whole political system, or at least get like a grasp on it, so we're not blindsided by that, and we're not just vagrants spending months in the woods and then coming back to a region that's fully controlled and fully supports Karstein.
Fair enough. We don't know what's going on in Rest because we've been
I do
hiding in a hole.
agree. But I'm not sure I see how we could convince the others. Why would they believe us? I mean, we hadn't even heard of vampires before starting any of this. Apparently, they've tried very hard to make sure no one even knows they exist. How are we going to prove this to them?
The only
Because
reason we found out about them was through the records of Everstill.
Would Rest have records? It's
Old.
a bigger city.
It does have some, and I did learn a few things, but I didn't think they would be helpful.
What did you learn?
Just a little bit about hierarchies. That vampires are based around a lineage almost like royal lines, and that true vampires can transform other ones by allowing them to ingest their own blood.
I didn't know about the
And
lineages bit.
that if you can kill the true vampire that created them, stories go that the other ones are killed as well.
Oh.
But
Huh.
Constantine's not exactly in a place that we can just kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since, from what we know, true vampires can only be killed in their lairs, right? Otherwise, they just come back.
That's news to me, but that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True
That was our
vampires
understanding
are
from the research.
peculiar. I think
Let's see.
it's only true vampires that are weak to sunlight.
I did not see Karstein go
Do we
outside.
think Ever still
during the light.
counts as his lair, or do we think it's somewhere else?
I don't know. I don't know how
Karstein's from a
vampire
different
lairs
land in
work.
here.
Maybe it's the Baron's house.
That is
part
where
I
he set
heard.
up shop.
It's. I read something on this. I think it's connected to the idea of a lair.
Hmm.
But one of the stories is that one of these vampires took soil from his homeland where he was turned to a new land.
Oh.
He put his coffin on that, where he rested.
So he was still
So
technically resting within his lair.
I think that's
So if we kill Karstein while he's in a coffin on top of his own soil, that should kill him?
or wherever he has put that soil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
Hmm.
let's see. Well, hold on, give me 1 second. Michael needs to cough real quick.
Oh.
See. All right. Well, Theodore, is there any other Knights of the Silver Hand in the region? In those towns? Maybe we could go to them and have at least speak with them first. Let's get some try to get someone on our side before we go try to talk and speak to any lords or try to get any type of meeting in that way.
I have a couple of compatriots. One of them at one of the
You're being a robot.
Robot. Here's normal for me.
It is normal.
Are we losing Gale? No,
No, I think we're good.
we're good.
I think we're good.
Okay. I also have my commander in rest.
I also have a friend in Rest Military, but I haven't talked to him in like 3 years.
You haven't sent letters.
We just kind of stopped sending each other letters after a while.
Hmm.
He was often extremely busy. I
Yeah.
was also rather busy. And the whole
Alright.
militia thing happened.
Yeah. Well. What's compatriots like?
What do you
Was
mean?
that to me or Theodore?
Theodore, what are they like? Personality wise.
Studious,
Studious?
disciplined, compassionate.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to make sure there's no just want to make sure I understand personality wise. Don't wanna be that guy. But
He doesn't look like he understands.
nah, don't worry about it.
He doesn't look like he's not worrying about it.
Because I say we should go to at least one of those two first, one of your compatriots first, and then get them on at least
At least like spread
get
the
them to
word.
understand. Yeah, spread the word, get them understand it, and then we can probably bring this straight to one of the lords, or we can bring this to a commander, and then we can get audience greater that way, easier that way.
He looks to the rest of the party.
Sounds like a plan.
There we go. I just hope Emran's curse doesn't worsen.
You and me both. I wouldn't be surprised if I heard from her soon.
It does sound like the best plan we have for now.
So which one do you want to go to? The one in Stadborough or the one in Lensel?
Stadborough's closer.
Yeah, Stadborough. As I mean, at least I'm dressed differently. You guys might need new armor and clothes.
I definitely need new clothes.
I can fix some of your current clothes. I've learned spells
You
for
want to
that.
wear? You want to wear my clothes for now?
No.
Why not?
So,
All due
They are a
respect,
little
Lou.
bit covered in blood. Like at all times.
No.
Not my armor.
is not
I'm talking about my robes.
Healthy. No, I'm fine with my clothes. You know, I think they're comfy.
But if
Yeah.
you need clothes mended, bring them
well,
to me.
I'm gonna leave you guys for to our wardrobe discussions.
All right.
All
Be
right.
safe up there.
Bye.
So y'all have fun. I'll
See
try my
ya.
best. Good luck. Don't die. Don't
Bye.
kill
We'll
it.
try not to.
I cast zone of truth. All right, tell us everything now.
Oh god.
Renegade.
God, Zone of
Right.
Truth.
Hold on. We have some? No.
And Theodore, you understand that my condition is secret, yes? Not everyone is as welcoming as everyone here.
I mean,
I will hide as much as I can. But there is a level of trust between my order that needs to be maintained.
All right. Potentially the magic can be forgiven. Most stories involving tieflings involves the tiefling's death. As Emran like puts back their disguise with fog.
To shake a poor sinner's hand.
oh. Are
Let's
we,
get moving.
Oh, Conrad kind of looks at Emrys. I realizes, oh, are we discussing magic? Yeah, I can cast magic too.
No,
Forgot
Heinrich
about that.
looks at him and he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
Oh my
I forgot about
Hillmater,
that.
really?
as he pulls out a spell book.
I looked at Theodore. I'm like, "Theodore, please.
I was wondering what that was.
Is it just you and me now? I can't cast magic."
Is it? He gives you a long and very inquisitive stare. Is it?
I can't cast magic.
There's nothing else
He
going on
holds a,
with you.
I pull out my belt. I pull out the sling, and I'm like, I got this. And he holds up his fist, and I got this, and the whip. That's all I got.
Nothing else
Theodore.
happened in your stay with a vampire.
No, just me working my ass off, trying to be a fucking warrior.
Hold on.
What is it, Llewellyn?
I have to have a confession.
His eyes just get
I can also
wider.
cast spells.
We knew that already.
I knew that, and
He
Lou.
hits you on the back of the head and he starts walking back to his horse.
Love you too.
He's like, I have never. Henrik's like, I've never ever been gifted with the divine, and I have absolutely no aptitude with magic.
Let's see. Um,
You must understand that it is difficult to buy your story that you just came to an understanding with a vampire.
I'm with Theodore in that.
Yeah,
I'm fully aware.
that will require a zone of truth.
Can everybody roll me a d10?
Also, Conrad, I did not know you can read.
Oh, fuck.
I was a knight, dude. You know my story.
Theodore says that that doesn't always mean that we get to read.
Exactly. I didn't know you can read. Congrats.
How many of us do you think can't read?
Points at everyone.
I can
Points to
read.
Heinrich.
I'm joking.
I can read.
You're, I assume farmers
no,
do
I'm-
not.
I don't talk about
I
fairy
asked
tales
for-
because I can't read. I've read them.
These people are just told fairy tales, not necessarily know them.
There are books. I have
They're-
one.
But most are word by mouth. Or
Yeah, and
Told
some
by
are
mouth.
written down.
mhm.
All right, Paul.
Everybody's a little on edge.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's like, hey,
Conrad's,
Theodore
like,
thinks
sneaking
I'm a
towards her
witch.
far
I don't
away.
know what the fuck is going on with Amelia and Heinrich. I'm gonna stick by the
Heinrich doesn't know
masochist
how
and the
much
time
more-
traveler.
We got a fucking time traveler. We got a man at a time. Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Yep.
We got a witch who doesn't know her own depths, which is very concerning for non-magical folk. Theodore, a legitimate holy man, a knockoff holy man, who's a masochist.
Oh, that's
Wait.
who's the holy man. You don't even
Yeah.
consider Llewellyn the holy man.
Damn.
Well, he's sitting there. I will hurt myself for you. Do you know that I will slits, cuts finger. I will bleed for you to make sure that you're fine. Okay, Conrad. Okay, Llewellyn. Okay. That's enough.
Please stop.
No, stop. No, stop. Turns
As
around.
you guys
"Ooh, what's wrong with you
are
today?"
making your way across the countryside in the snow, the very muddy, slushy snow melting in the early spring, you see a turned over cart that has been smashed to pieces. It's difficult to tell by what, but it is being investigated by three what looks like Knightsmen mercenaries and a priest of Palor.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Emran's just sus of
Oh.
everything now.
What night band or what mercenary?
They look to be members of the Knights of the Stag.
Hmm.
Conrad, you're a knight, good or bad?
Any
He thumbs
qualms?
up. no qualms. It's just we are so close to Everstill, and we are
Yeah.
effectively still in the region. We are still outlaws here.
Oh.
Those don't belong there.
That was interesting.
We are still technically outlaws in this region.
Yeah.
How far off the road could we possibly steer away from them, Josh, without getting close to Everstill?
Are getting close to Everstill? You
What's
can't.
it? Can't. Oh yeah.
You are sandwiched between the
Yeah, there's a river on the other side.
and Everstill.
Let's start walking across the river.
Not that level yet. Are you?
I know.
What is that level? Is that level 9?
7, 9.
See.
Are we level 6?
We're level 6.
Oh.
Yeah, we're level 6.
Levels.
If you want to
I'm
give
gonna
us more,
do it.
I'm okay with that.
No, I'm just gonna go fix a few encounters real quick.
Yeah,
Hmm.
please. More levels, please.
I want my
Anyways.
ASI.
All right.
In order to continue, you will either have to go into the orchard around Everstill or go swim or make it through these guys.
I
Hmm.
say we should try at least go around the orchard.
That's what I was thinking too.
Try not
'cause-
to do anything
I can't swim.
rash.
And talking
Rash,
to
mm.
people is hard.
For Gale or for Emran?
Yes! Have you seen my rolls?
Yeah, you don't have exhaustion anymore. You're fine.
No. But roll
What would
20 seems
you-
to have a vendetta against me.
Heinrich and Llewellyn?
Hmm?
Need your input on this? You're half of the group.
Sorry. I mean, I'm fine with just trying. I mean, they're mercenaries. We don't know how widespread our name is. I mean, they're not really looking for us.
I mean, unless they are looking for us.
But I mean, I'm fine with just trying to walk through. I don't.
Also, the last time you talked to someone, you got captured.
In that
Thanks.
case, I'm gonna disguise self on my. I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself. And then I'm thinking I can do that, and we can just walk through. Heinrich and Amelia could just have their hoods up.
I'll edit my disguise then.
Do I need to do anything?
Just put on the.
Don't look suspicious.
Yeah, don't look suspicious. As possible as that is.
It's impossible for me. I don't wear armor.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yes, Woodsman.
I can put on my
Yeah.
robes.
As
I
Emran
completely
takes
forgot.
up their Woodsman Cecil disguise, just fog kind of coalesces on them, and then when it goes back out, they look totally different, like a woodsman.
Yeah, I guess Heinrich is wearing the clothes of a woodsman.
I'm probably just having my robes on.
What could go
Can everyone
wrong?
make me a stealth check? Since you're not wearing heavy armor, this will not be impeded by disadvantage.
No.
Oh, I'll re-roll that.
Nice.
Go.
We love that. We love that. 23 plus 13 plus 18 plus 12.
I wonder if I should use my second one on this.
I mean, that's a 19.25 average. If you want to use your
think
second one,
it's
that's up to
fine.
you.
I want insurance.
Understandable.
Okay. That is a 20.5 average then.
Good.
The only one who could possibly beat this is the priest. The two mercenaries give you each kind of a sideways glance and then a nod. One of them kind of mumbles, safe travels. And the priest gives you as much of a quizzitive look as he can, trying to figure out, are you wanted criminals?
What's
Because this road in the 2 months that you guys have been gone has not been doing well.
what's the priest's
Why do you think all
robes?
of us have weapons on us?
Palor. He is a priest of Palor.
Okay.
Insight check +3. 12.
Good.
You pass on without any issue. The next day, you pass through 2 of the Hoffman mills. They're basically small hamlet communities that have been built up around water mills built on the river. Can everybody roll me another d10?
No, terrible.
What are the chances?
Uh,
And another 10. Someone roll me a d100.
Me.
Let's let Michael do it. He seems to have good luck with
Aw.
rolls today. 55.
As you guys are crossing the third of the Hoffman mills and approaching the road to Stadborough, you see a man of the cloth in horrible condition. He has red ropes tied around his wrists, and he is screaming about the end of the world. Repent, ye sinners, for the world is soon to end, to be burned in fire before our judgment.
Do I know this? Do I know this as Oscar?
You don't recognize this man, but Llewellyn, are
Oh.
you wearing your garb as a servant of Ilmater?
Yeah.
He comes up to you and he grabs you, attempts to grab you by the shoulders. You try and duck out of it.
Oh, I figure you were describing some more.
No, do you attempt to duck out of it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh boy. Acrobatics. 20.
Nice.
14. He tries to grab you as he begins to shout, "Brother, brother, brother, please, please tell me. Tell me that the sins are going to end. Please tell me you're not going to Stadborough." Do you just ignore him and walk away, or do you try and like?
Hold on, I'm trying to think of what to say. He says, "But brother, there is suffering that must be quenched. It must be softened. To abandon such people is against the will of Ilmater."
It is against the will, but there is no suffering, brother. That's the debauchery. It's unimaginable. There is no suffering left in Stadborough. They've isolated themselves. There's nothing to build.
They've isolated themselves from the world, similar to how we trap sick people into should when they are ill. Still, somewhere in there is suffering.
you roll me a persuasion check with advantage?
Okay. Oh no.
Crap!
I really wish my charisma was a lot
Trap
higher.
was an interesting word to use. Yo!
Oh, there you go.
Christmas. Um. How would he react to that? He begins to praise Ilmater. He begins to praise you as a savior, come to wash away the sins of Stadborough. And he starts following you guys down the road, preaching that a savior has come to bring repentance to the debauchery and what's the word? Grievances of the wealthy and the privileged.
This might cause us a few problems.
You can always divert away.
Diverted away how?
Here I
Brother,
go.
go preach the word
Ooh,
elsewhere.
yeah, we're gonna go preach the word of Ilmater. You guys continue on. The only downside is probably won't be able to heal you guys.
I'm also
Oh,
not
that's
fond
fine.
of the
no.
concept.
No.
No.
I'm also not fond of the
leave us.
concept of splitting up.
No. Just tell him to go preach somewhere else, Llewellyn. To go
Okay.
preach the words to the people of the fields, the farmers or something.
All right. Oh, what's his name?
You haven't asked yet.
No.
That's all I'm asking you.
Are you asking?
yeah, I'm asking him.
I am Franz, great
Franz.
savior.
Franz, we may cover more ground if we split up. Do you wish to spread the word of Ilmater to the farmers in the outskirts of Stadborough?
I wish to support you, savior.
You are supporting me by assisting those who cannot hear the words, who are outside of the walls.
They are already receiving his blessings, brother. They are already in his suffering.
They're already in his suffering.
Yes, they are experiencing the enlightenment.
Oh.
In
Are
what
they?
way?
Are they in?
Oh no, we got an extremist. Oh no.
I mean, were we expecting not an extremist with how he's
Oh
acting?
God, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you guys probably should have been used to this because, especially Llewellyn's always suicidal.
Yeah. Shit. Mm,
Hmm. See, I do believe we are at an impasse as to how we teach. Do you teach Ilmater through pain?
He teaches us through pain. Does he
Indeed, he
not?
does. But the way how I see it is I help ease mental pain, not physical.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Advantage or disadvantage?
I'll give you advantage on this.
Yes. Don't think I get guidance from this guy. 12. Shit.
Uh,
A 3. He blinks as if you just opened up his eyes, and he goes sprinting down the road towards the outer walls of Stadborough. You hear him basically screeching about the betterment of the people that he is about to meet.
what did you
Let's
say
see.
to him?
Told him that I heal people through by easing their mental pain.
Huh.
All right. Oh,
You guys know I'm a therapist, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do. I've
I
asked
know
for your
you're-
counsel a few times.
I understand you're something like that.
Just,
Something.
it's weird to me that he didn't already know that.
I
Not
mean,
exactly a very stringent process to become a
I mean,
servant of Ilmater. You can kind
yeah.
of just say, I'm a sufferer, I serve Ilmater now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Ilmater, it's a lot of them perceive physical pain as his teachings.
Huh. By that logic, Ilmater must be trying to teach me something great.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
As you
Violet.
guys come to Stadborough, it's a former fishing village that has been built up on a large artificial levee in an inlet created by the river that connects the Endless Plain and the Elseer Vale. The artificial, basically, island that they built in the river has been surrounded by a very high wall, nearly 30 feet, and has been surrounded by a canal that functions very much like a moat. Something that, well, I don't think any of you really would have been here before, maybe Conrad. You see a huge shanty town spreading outside of its gates beyond the moat. Not unnatural. Incomplete shelters meant to be temporary are filled with people that look like they're in the depths of poverty. But there's a strange mixture among them that they don't look like they're native to the Elseer Vale. A lot of their complexions are a little different, more similar to those who spend their lives out at sea or near the sea.
Huh. Do people live on Lake Reston?
What do you mean by on the lake?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
That's just the
It could
biggest body
be-
of water Emran knows. It's just like, I don't know. Kind
it
of
could
like
be
an ocean.
refugees. Could be someone from different land that was
Yeah.
displaced. Okay.
Are you guys gonna go in your current disguises? And are Heinrich and Llewellyn going to do anything specifically?
Hmm. Current disguise is probably preferable to possibly being seen as a wanted criminal.
Yeah.
I think I might have to put my armor on and my helmet.
I hate to break your bubble, guys, but whenever we left to go to Everstill, this is what I wore.
Hold on. Emran goes looking further through their bags. Just, I still have one pair of extra clothes. They might not fit you though.
Are they your size?
No, they're bigger than my size. Probably like got them off of someone like 5'10". And you're much taller than that.
I'm 6'3", 226.
I
I'm
have-
a
You get
hefty
it.
boy.
I still have some fabric scraps left, but it would take some time to make it, appear natural.
I don't know. Do you think it would be fine if I just walk in with the huntsman clothes on and then go get another pair of clothes when we get inside, or do
I
you think?
mean, you look like a huntsman. Do huntsmen frequent Stadborough?
I mean, look at it like
No.
this. Look at this, Heinrich. How many seamstresses have made that exact type of cloak you're wearing in this region?
It's more so of a word that the description of me has me in these clothes, if there is a description.
But it's basically saying, hey, there's a man that was in the woods
Those clothes are
That-
pretty common.
that
Like,
had
I'm
the common
wearing
clothes of
similar
woodsmen.
garb with my illusion.
Okay, I trust you.
If it makes you feel any better, I have makeup. I can make your face look a bit different.
If there was anyone that was like standing out, it would probably be me and Amelia. That's why I put on this light armor and I colored it differently.
Man, why you gotta be such a big boy? And Llewellyn taps Heinrich's stomach twice, lightly.
I'm a son of a baker. It's the given body type.
No, but you're like
But now-
so fucking tall.
I'd offer you my clothes, but they might come off as a shirt, like my robes.
No, I'm fine with mine for now, and I'll look into the possibility of getting another set
Shouldn't be too hard.
when we get into town.
Let's
Should
go.
be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Get the party to. All right. As you guys,
Also, oh, sorry. Um,
if you get something,
I was going to say, Heinrich, what's your name?
Sven. Is that
Sven.
Do I look
Llewellyn,
like a
what
Sven?
is your name?
It's like, do I look like a Sven?
Yes.
Well then, let me open a fantasy generator.
Oh, I guessed it. It means young man or young warrior in Scandinavia.
Let's see. Emran, you have Cecil.
Cecil.
Yeah,
Wait, what's the common name origins that we were going by again?
German.
Germanic.
German?
You and I went
Germanic.
Welsh.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're the outliers.
How do you feel about
Yeah.
Sven Cross? Is that too German?
Christoph.
Stuff, okay.
So we've got Kristoff and we've got the reindeer.
Oh my god, that's so true! Oh
All right, I'll just say,
my god, oh, it's too good.
I'll just say
Oh.
Matthias for mine.
as you guys approach the bridge into the town, you see at the gate it is being monitored, and everyone that's coming in or going out is being inspected by a royal knight. As you guys come in and wait in line for about 20 minutes, he
Wait, what?
holds up a hand to you, and he steps across, halberd in a hand, and starts asking you questions. What are your names?
My name is Sven.
Matthias.
Cecil.
What are your professions?
Woodsman.
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 Clergy.
He narrows his eyes at 3 woodsmen and a clergy coming into a bar.
He's our emotional support Ilmater servant.
We can't get rid of him. He's trying to convert us.
You say that?
No.
No.
What is the clergyman of Ilmater doing with 3 woodsmen?
He was traveling back with us, sir. From him doing some preaching in the fields. He wanted to travel with us for safety.
I see you've got plenty of weapons. Explain.
Explain. Weapons.
Why did you get so many weapons?
I got so many weapons because I have to deal with so many creatures in the woods
They're
down
dangerous.
south. As I explained, essentially go into detail. It's like that one I have to use for long range against these type of creatures. The halberd I have to use specifically against the woodwoads and pushing them back. And I just keep going down the list. Like the great sword is for cleaving zombies, especially for that. The mace is for crushing skeletons. And
I forgot you have like 20 weapons on you.
Yes.
And these other 2 have no weapons on them for what reasons?
I have a rapier at my side.
I have I have the whip on one side, and then I have a hand axe on the other. What else do I
A
have?
whip. I read Indiana Jones.
I hold most of the weapons for the crew. And I give
You
them
hold
out
most
when
of
needed.
them. Right, then what's
Yes.
your purpose?
Wait, hold
For
on.
my
give me a second.
weapon?
No, what's your purpose here in Stadborough?
Josh, is Theodore like standing with us, or is he like standing behind us, like he's going to check in on his own?
Theodore's thinking he's going to check in on his own because it's much less suspicious for him
Understandable.
to not be with you.
Yeah.
Because if your plan was to be a bunch of woodsmen, what the heck is a Knight of the Silver Hand doing with you guys?
Yeah.
For us, it would be I have a relative that lives in the region. I need to check up on them. And I need some resupply on
What's their
food.
name?
Their name is Keller.
What are you checking in on them for?
I heard from a couple of months back they went down with a sickness on Elise.
Which one?
Which one? Let's see, I believe it was the Stranglevine. I want to at least check up on his family.
Can you roll me a deception check?
Oh, God.
I subtle cast guidance. No kidding.
It's not bad.
Hold on.
Well,
Nice.
that's definitely not bad.
Never mind. I was going to roll an insight check, but I don't need to. What about the other 2?
I'm coming in for resupply and rest.
Need somewhere safe to sleep.
And you think a woodsman can afford to stay at an inn in Stadborough?
Turn gears, turn.
God damn it.
Oh, bloody grease.
I fuck. The, I will cover it. I will cover it. I'm gonna say this one is a compatriot of mine that does not have much family. They follow me. They are effectively my ally.
We work together.
You roll. Can one of you roll me a deception check with advantage?
I will do that. 16. I'm gonna re-roll it. There we go.
Good thing too, because I rolled a 19.
Ooh.
Just like, yeah, 16's not enough for this.
Damn.
All right. Go on inside.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As you guys go inside, you hear Theodore talking with the royal knight, and he pulls out a piece of parchment, and he says, "I have a writ of travel and transportation with the knights." Almost without any question whatsoever, the royal knight takes a look at the paper, and then lets him in.
Okay. All right.
So what now?
You guys want to meet with my compatriot? We'll meet with him, and stay the night, I suppose. Oh, by the way, there is a 5 gold piece per person toll to get in.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we don't have any taxes anymore, so I'll just take 5 gold out of my purse.
I don't have 5 gold, so I'm gonna take it from the Depresso pouch.
Can't
I
take
had-
more.
I have 6 gold.
Can you take 5 up?
Yeah.
Can you take 5 up for me?
And I
Alright,
guess I'll take 10 out for Llewellyn and Amelia.
Yeah.
Shit. I was
Yeah,
looking
I
at
don't know how
silver
we're gonna
pieces.
explain. I don't know how we're going to explain Amelia.
Yeah.
Bodyguard,
To
mercenary.
describe Stadborough, it's opulent. Every building is constructed of flagstone. There's almost no wooden or thatch roofs. Almost all of it is slate tiles, and the roads are incredibly clean. There's no gold. I mean, convert it freely. I never worry about
Yeah.
that stuff.
I just took out 2 platinum. Because, yeah, it's just like we have no gold, 62 platinum, and 577 silver.
Odd.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think it was
the
'cause of
roads are
taxes.
incredibly clean. You don't see any horses around. In fact, the 2 horses that you're riding in on are the only ones that you see for the couple hundred feet that it takes you to get to the church the first morning. And the church itself is opulent beyond all imagining. It is tall with vaulted ceilings, flying buttresses, and beautiful stained glass windows depicting war scenes from the War of the Beard. It's obvious that it's young for a cathedral, and it was made after that war to celebrate its heroes and to celebrate the faith having made it through such a hard time. Theodore looks a little uncomfortable in all of this, especially kind of trying to keep a little bit of distance from all of you guys because you are getting so many stares.
Yeah.
The people here don't like your kind. And I don't mean the old tiefling thing. I mean just
Yeah.
workers.
They
The
don't
people
like
here
the lower class.
don't usually see people of your social economic status. And there's no small amount of derision coming from the everyday people of Stadborough at your direction. Now, there are a couple of things I've got about the town. It's a pretty well sustained town. You see knights pretty commonly, especially archers, and the few times you've seen you will see horses. They are mounted by especially trained cavaliers. Theodore tries to go about like some of the important people that he knows. Egon is the lord of this area, Egon von Drach. There is a bishop who we might talk to, might not. He's housing my compatriot. His name is Niklaus. Bale. What?
Egon.
Oh, Egon. Yes. And then there's a pretty famous wizard here. He realizes the irony of him being okay with this and not Emran.
Yeah. Emran just raises an eyebrow.
It's different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's different.
Study.
I mean, Connor pulls out a book.
Explanations for it.
Sorcery is a thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to argue about this.
All right.
You've never met another sorcerer.
No, but that's the only explanation Emran has. Just like, okay, I was born with magic. What else is there?
His name is Killian Russell. I think he's capable of some pretty crazy things. I've heard. I don't know.
Okay.
I do know that that my compatriot does access the Drox family library, so I presume that we can probably figure out a way to do that. I'm not sure if they'll ask for money or not.
All right.
We do
And,
have some funds.
Okay.
Anyways, my yeah, my compatriot's name is Carl.
Carl.
Carl with a K.
Okay. All right. An idea for us to do first before Theodore is effectively speaking to people at first. An idea. First and foremost, I'm thinking we should get new clothes.
Agreed.
Each person get a new set, so we can change it and stop getting weirder looks. We can stop attracting attention to ourselves.
Yeah,
And-
like to clean up. He points to like his raggedy hair and
Yeah.
like a beard that's growing.
Yeah,
like to clean up.
Yeah.
Heinrich can grow a beard. Shock.
What? 6'3",
He's
226,
perpetually
big boy.
baby face.
How old is he now? It's been 2 years since the start of the campaign, right? Yeah, he's 24.
Yeah.
He can grow a beard.
I mean, understandable. Connor does have like a fucking razor on his side that he does use. But
Emran
he
has
doesn't
not
want to.
grown an inch. They are still 5 feet tall and 90 pounds.
All right. Yeah, I say we should at least look a little different.
Agreed.
Get something done new. Not look like vagrants.
God, I miss making my own clothes.
It's not hard to find places to buy clothes and to get haircuts here, but it is far and beyond more expensive than you would ever believe it to be. A trim and a cut will cost you 5 gold pieces. And a really, really the lowest end set of clothes that you can find cost you 15.
I just need a razor so I can clean up my. Give me a pair of scissors. Give me a razor and I can clean up.
I mean, is there fabric Emran could get?
If I could get fabric, I could spend some time making new clothes for everyone, but that would take some time, like a few days.
Heinrich, think you can shave my 5 o'clock shadow?
Is it 5 o'clock? You've been hiding for like a month and a half.
It's like a beard now.
It's
Oh,
not
no.
like off your face beard, but that's a beard.
That's a beard. I feel like
Given Llewellyn's testosterone levels, no. He's definitely been trying to grow past 5 o'clock shadow status.
Damn.
good.
Way to emasculate your own character.
All right, because I'm thinking right now, we can just say that we're in Sabro for a few days because of business. That's fine, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm thinking we should at least, because the clothes are expensive here, we should at least hold off on those. Get cleaned up now. Get cleaned up first. But hold off on the clothes for now.
I can make clothes
So
look
we-
expensive. It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
so we should definitely get cleaned up so we at least have a more of a, you know, down in Everstill there they are expecting us to be.
Yeah. And we
ran
can
off
look
into the woods.
presentable for the fancy people here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can just, say that I'm a, woodsman. I'm a hunter.
Yeah,
Killer.
at least we won't be getting looks for it necessarily. If we tell people that we're workers, they might still hold disdain for us.
They still will, no matter what. No matter what. I think it's just let's just at least get cleaned up.
Well, let me go see what kind of fabrics I can buy.
It'll take you a couple of days to make clothes for everybody.
E.
But if you were to take that time, you could probably spend 5 gold pieces for the lot of you.
Alrighty.
Seeing as grandmother wants me to do something, let's
Right.
take our quick break just a tiny bit early.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh well.
Everybody can put fine clothes in their inventory.
Nice.
For Emran to kind of like sew things together, put things together. I will ask for 5 gold pieces for a stay at an inn.
Okay.
And I would like you both, or all of you, to roll me 2d10.
And like I will say this is like the happiest Emran has looked in like a year.
I'm not. I miss my family.
So does Emran, but like they can engage in the thing that they love doing.
I mean, Harrick hasn't told y'all where he sent his family.
No.
So
And then Emran is also just like, this is a great distraction.
Yeah, just like, oh, I can be distracted. Oh, thank God. Because like I
The
don't
world
know
is
if my
Bearing
mom
down on me.
Yeah, just I don't know if my mom
Also-
left Ayrshire before everything went wrong. I don't know if Estrella left before everything went wrong. I might have to ask Theodore about that later.
I think I think the majority, not maybe not
Or-
majority, but a lot of the time, if Henrik's not out on the town, he's doing physical exercises in his room.
You're all staying in the
Push-ups.
same room, so what are you guys
Oh, perfect.
doing during the 2 days that you're spending in downtime
see.
here?
Hey Josh. What was it? Did we get any verification besides so our families are in Scarlet Inquisition hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know.
Okay. As far as we know.
Might
I
have
would
to make
probably,
Llewellyn do sending spells.
yes, because we need to at least open up that channel back up
Yeah,
again.
just like, hey,
So
who do you
Heinrich-
have?
Yeah, because no. So we can at least we need to open up that discussion again so we can at least continue on that front, so nothing happens to our people.
Yeah.
Um,
With is Conrad's
shut
alias.
up. Yes.
Where's Michael? I don't know him. I don't know who this Matthias is.
Oh, shut up. Um, but I'd probably say that, at least send a message there to get an understanding of what's going on there.
Yeah.
And probably tell her what happened. At least more or less say we got fucked up. That's why you had not heard us in a hot minute.
Yeah.
We
got royally fucked up.
yeah, maybe at least I don't know if Heinrich is up to it or someone's up to it. At least set up a meeting with her so we can at least understand what she wants.
Isabel?
With who?
With Isabel.
Okay.
To understand what does she want and or need us to do to get our families back and all that stuff.
Well,
I mean, where would our
Um,
families
Isabel.
go?
it sits there and is like, well, speak of the devil.
Huh?
I don't know if you guys spoke her into existence. She just sent me a sending message.
Oh,
Like right now?
Yes. 5 weeks ago, I promised her a meeting to at least share
This is new
the
information, but all right.
recipe for the cure.
okay.
Is that still plausible?
Yeah.
Like, could that still be made?
I looked to Amaran. In theory, it should have worked.
Okay. I'll trust you on that because I have no ability to know otherwise.
I have ran through the calculations hundreds of times since, thousands of times since. It makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
It's just we were
What's-
sabotaged. If we are ever to be caught, I would like at least one other person to know.
yes, definitely.
Give us a fighting chance. The
Fair
cure
enough.
that Karstein projects he might just do the same shit
Yeah.
What
to
did she say
people.
to you in the sending
Yeah.
message you just got?
I'm beginning to worry here. I promised a meeting and it's been 5 weeks.
Ah.
I mean,
So
displaced by battle. Things didn't go well for us in Witchwood.
mhm. I guess to Isabel, just says things did not go well for us in the Witchwood. We got split up. And we got reconnected again, and now we're in Stadborough with Theodore talking with one of his was it buddies, correct, you guys?
Compatriot. So,
Or
yeah.
compatriot of the Silver Hand.
And when are you coming to meet with me?
I looked at everybody. I relayed that message.
I mean, we'll be here for a couple days. If where's she at? Is she at the Scarlet Monastery?
I don't know. Let's I don't know. I don't know where she's at. I mean, I can ask, obviously.
Yeah. Ask her where does she want you?
The original meeting place was going to be in Cave Fall, but that
Okay.
might be compromised.
I mean,
So
I mean, I don't think Karstein's people know that we visited Cadefall.
But we went that way. But not we, but you guys went that way, right? Or at least how far away were you guys from Cadefall?
By the time we
Um,
were attacked,
Well,
we were like right before Cadefall. We were like just out of the forest.
You're almost exactly 2 days away from Cadefall.
I'm talking about where they got saw.
Oh, my bad.
Because, like, yeah, I think we got
Because-
seen like right before we went to Cadefall. Like on our way out. Or did we even go through
So we don't need a
Cadefall?
cast ending.
no, but well, hold on.
You did go
Um,
through Cadefall. You guys stopped there to
Mhm.
alleviate some of Emrin's illness, and then
Yep.
we're caught almost a day away from there.
Mm.
Do you
day
think
away.
it's safe?
All right, Josh, you
Frankly, I
said
don't
day
think
away,
anywhere
right?
is safe.
Well, obviously, but
All right. Well. Here's the thing. A day away from Cadefall is like all of Karshine's domain,
Mm-hmm.
or
mhm.
a good half of it. So I think it is at least a good shot. And also, the question is, who is going to bother her?
She is a lone wolf.
But
Jeez. As in bother her, as in what way?
I mean, just any night band, any night group.
I
They
don't think
have
anybody would.
no one will bother her because
Inquisition.
Inquisition. Yeah, I feel like you'd probably have the safest bet, honestly. Going
Are
going
you
and
saying I
trying
should? Are you saying I should go by myself?
well, I mean, I'm saying it's at least the best option of or more or less best Cadefall would not be a terrible option, I'm saying. Wouldn't be a immediately fuck you option. I feel like we should at least are you going is
He's like, to put it plainly, do you trust me to go by myself to meet with Isabel?
I trust you, Heinrich.
I look to Emran. Do you trust me to go to
Trust
Cadefall?
Comrade.
But do you trust me?
I don't know.
Because Conrad's not me.
But Conrad
We
trusts
are-
you, so I will trust Conrad. I will rely on his judgment.
Heinrich will remember this. I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
I look to Llewellyn. Do you trust me to go and meet with Isabel?
Like how?
I will leave here. I'll leave Stabro by myself and meet with Isabel and Cadefall.
Okay. As long as you make it back safely.
All right. I get sending message back to Isabel. It says I can meet with you. It'd be just by myself. I can meet with you in. I'm sorry to say it, but I can meet you in Cadefall in 2 days.
Cadefall.
Would you prefer somewhere else?
No. That's fine.
Are you sure?
I have a sense of irony attached to that location and your choice for us to meet there. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay. I'll see you there in 2 days.
In 2 days. So does that mean
Well-
Heinrich's not going to be here to meet Carl?
I guess.
I mean, Ethan set it up himself. At least 2 days. I mean,
Well-
yeah.
I told y'all, hey, do you want me to leave right now and meet up with her in 2 days? And from my understanding, it was yes.
I heard. Do you trust me meeting up alone with her?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I was applying something that I didn't picked up. I guess to reiterate then, do you want me to leave the 2 day, or do you want me to wait a day? Because I know that because I guess from this perspective, we're spending 2 days here in Stabro.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
My understanding was that I would. When did Isabel send that message? I guess.
And you guys were buckling down on Friday to basically sit in the room for 2 days.
So she sent it Sunday.
No, she sent it Friday.
Sent it Friday. Okay.
Your meeting is on Sunday.
Meeting is on with Carl or with Isabel.
With Carl right now. You have arranged.
Okay.
You guys said once you get your clothes good,
Yeah.
you'll meet with Carl on Sunday.
Okay. Do we want to wait for the meeting with Carl, or do we want to send Heinrich to go and talk with Isabel?
I'd rather the former, I think. Have us all here to meet with Carl. And then
Yeah.
you go off and do whatever
Yeah,
it is you're doing with Isabel.
because then
Okay.
it would be better for us to have at least something that's set in stone where we
Okay.
need to be, or at least you need you to be, so we can plan after that. So it's like, all right, after meeting with Carl, we send Heinrich off, and then us from there, from Stadborough, think of if we need to move somewhere, if we need to stay here, all that stuff. We can do that while you're
Mhm.
out.
Okay. So then correction 4 days then, if it was sent by Friday. Because then that's Friday, or Saturday, Sunday,
Tuesday.
Carl, and I leave Monday.
I can't get over that his name is
Tuesday.
Carl.
It's a German name.
So I guess correction
I know.
4 days. 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
How do you count days? I'll be there Tuesday.
Okay, I understand now. And as you guys, so what are you guys all doing? During those 2 days?
I'm
See,
sewing.
Yeah, Emran's being a
Um,
shut-in, sewing,
see.
doing the important work.
How much was it to copy a spell?
Check your
I
spell.
doubt we'd have
here.
enough for that.
Let's see.
I mean, it's a level 1. He doesn't have level 2. Can't be that expensive.
But it's your world.
So
You're in my world now, not your
It's
world.
expensive.
I haven't
got
changed the
friends.
price of. Get that
Yeah.
garbage
Whatever.
out of my chat.
Whatever.
I hate that skit. I haven't changed the prices of anything in my world. It's just that money doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are experiencing Basically hyperinflation, but in a gold-backed standard, which is deflation.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why didn't any of my fucking shit transfer over?
Because, like, I thought normally it was, like, 50 gold per spell level.
I
Just
guess
wizard, yeah?
Heinrich.
Yeah, wizard. For some reason, my fucking
Yeah,
didn't,
for
it
each
didn't
level of the
transfer all
spell,
the
the
wizard
process
things.
takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold.
Hmm.
Expensive.
Yeah, no.
50 gold is expensive.
Yes!
Okay.
Have you seen how much money we don't have?
No, I thought
Yeah.
you had a decent chunk of money by now.
I mean, 62 platinum. Is that a decent chunk of money? 620
For 50
gold.
gold? Yeah, that's not much compared to 600 something. Anyways, what's Heinrich do?
I think like during the evenings he'll go down and kind of like listen for rumors, and like kind of just vibe check.
Sure. Why don't you roll me a rumor check?
Insight, baby.
Hmm. Yeah, can I also do the same, Josh?
16.
Yeah, go for it. Any of the rumor checks that we had before.
Okay. Uh,
That woman looks unhinged in that goof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Emran.
Yeah.
That's 100% Emran.
oh, hold on.
Like after he cleans up, cuts his hair, trims beards, he's gonna leave like a beard. You kind of like an Ethan beard.
10. Sadly, a 10 does not really get you anything. You're still
Sad.
dealing with a certain stigma on the working man. Heinrich, where
I
are
think
you
Heinrich
going to
gets
be
the
used?
first pair of fine clothes. Just like, here, take these if you're looking for rumors.
Heinrich, where are you going to be listening? Is it going to be
Just
at a
like at a
tavern?
Tavern.
Okay.
He's not seems very out of place. Obviously, because not everybody, but people see him as like, why the hell is a working man here? Type of deal. But like he carries himself as somebody of a higher class, or trying to at least.
The tavern that you find is not something that you're used to. It's high life. It's wine and subtle violin entertainment. It's not the I'm not gonna call what the what Darshire had, especially the middle class one was as grungy, but it still had a dirt floor.
Oh.
Here you've got
Yeah.
solid wood floors. It's wine and fine cuts of steak and beef. It's hushed voices talking quietly to maintain an air of nobility. And you hear about the instability in Everstill, about how there's a group of outlaws on the run. They killed the former lord of Everstill. Those dirty, mangy commoners. But you pick up on a couple of different things. That the new Lord Karstein is at slight odds with the Lord of Lensil over where certain forces are to be directed. And you gotta admit that Karstein's kind of right on this one. He wants forces to be going into the Witchwood to be killing all of these undead that are spilling out. He's advocating that some of the Royal Knights be sent over to Everstill under his command, for them to be leveraged to protect the people of the lands of Everstill. And you hear that he's trying to get the Lord of Stadborough to be on his side about it. The Von Dracht family.
Oh no.
Hmm.
He wants more. He wants more Royal Knights. How Josh said
Convert
that.
him,
No.
fucking poser.
He's God. How Josh said it. How Josh said it. I'm not. I'm fucking thinking like 10. I'm thinking he wants. Well, actually, Ethan, will you tell us this? You tell us.
Oh yeah,
Okay, because I'm thinking Karstein wants Vampire Knights.
Oh God.
worst case scenario, yes, I agree.
He might. Well, you know, the Undead into the Witchwood. I do agree with. But I just don't like how. Hmm.
It is. There's a
Sure.
lot of things
Yeah.
that that would be put into motion. That I don't know. There's a lot of assuming. I wish we had more facts.
Agreed.
Yep.
Fuck.
We have like no information.
Well, hold on. Because remember, you're having a meeting, so don't get distraught over it.
Yeah.
We might learn a lot from there.
Mm-hmm.
I say after Stadborough we should, or after this meeting in Stadborough, I'm thinking that we should go to Linzel to get their perspective, but also to
Lensil?
yeah, and maybe try to figure out a way to make the Lord of Lensel's point more prevalent, or make his argument seem more. I'm not really sure at the moment because I'm like, well, this part because I'm like I'm wondering because I'm really needing at least to want to meet this man first before I put concrete things down and say like we should do this to do that. But I'm thinking of going Linzel to at least try to figure out a way to more or less probably meet with the Lord and try to get his way met. You know, see if there's anything we can do. We might have a couple of inside men that could probably get us a job with them or a stint with them that would be more or less try to, I don't know, bolster his goals. Maybe to oppose Karstein.
We could certainly try.
Mm-hmm. Possibility, but just know that I'm leaving for Cadefall, so we would be split for a long period of time.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because it will. Well, we don't have to immediately leave after this. That's what I'm saying. But
our
that was just,
funds are only so much.
they're only so much. We won't stay in Stanborough. We just won't stay in Stanborough.
Okay.
We might just, I don't know, camp out in the camp for a little while out in the skirts. Maybe wait for you.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like we're at least gaining somewhat of an alias. We're not immediately we're not immediately pointed out in this region.
And with the fine clothes, that should help us not be recognized as much.
Yeah.
And I have makeup.
Also, I, let's see. I will say I did get a haircut. I did get cleaned up. Just because.
All right.
Um,
Anything else anyone wants to take care of before I go to the meeting?
mm,
I don't think so.
Emran
I'm
would
good.
want to ask Theodore something. Just like while we're just in the room, just hanging out, just Theodore, now that I'm thinking about it, did Estrella ever leave before everything happened?
What do you mean everything? Everything is an awful lot.
After the incident with Lech and Father Bernard, Estrella said that she was considering leaving. Wondering if she ever did that.
She left a couple of weeks after you guys did.
Good. That actually gives me some hope. I just hope she's doing all right.
Hmm.
Do you know if my mother went with her?
Hot spicy.
Your mother stayed around until the Inquisition came.
That doesn't surprise me. Thank you.
do you know about my folks?
I know Lucia and Hugo were very excited to see you again. And very confused when Isabel showed up at their door. I remember Lucia's father, what was his name again?
Gustav.
Gustav. Tried to stop her from taking them, but she did something to his head and he just kind of went along with it. I don't pretend to understand any of the magic that's going on behind her and her organization, but they seem to go with her as well. Heinrich, your family left long before that. What happened with them?
I told him to leave.
Go where?
Yeah, he kind of he leans forward in his chair.
Do you know?
I know of the area. My he sits there and he's like, "Fuck." My he looks at Theodore. There's a reason why I started to pursue medicine, and why I was so frantic for a cure.
Everyone stop
I
silly.
my sister fell the white wasting. Suffered for months. When we first made it big, when we got a good chunk of money, I asked him if I could use 50 gold. By the miracle of Paler, she was healed.
So that's what
But-
that was for.
The wasting ravaged her constitution. She can't walk.
Huh.
So I told him to leave. And
You guys are just surrounded by suffering.
Yeah.
well, no. At least in theory, I can. At least in theory, I can make the impossible possible.
Sometimes I do wonder if that suffering is because of me.
Heinrich looks up and it's like, I don't know. I don't
So
think
many
so.
of the tales about tieflings say that they bring bad luck wherever they go. I'm starting to believe it.
The white wasting's not your fault.
No.
So yeah,
I would tell you this, Emran. Is my condition your fault?
No.
It,
That happened
all these tales,
before I was,
all these
around.
exactly. But I'm gonna say this, Emran. All these tales and all those that say they bring a bad aura or miasma, they only intensify and greatly benefit if the person themselves believes it. You need to not believe it, Emran. And it will happen.
I
As
used to not believe it, but with everything that happened, it became harder and harder not to.
is it your fault that Karnstein's a vampire?
No.
Is it your fault that Karnstein turned on us?
I don't know.
no,
I
it's
don't
not
think
your
it
fault.
is.
It was destined to by what he was doing.
We are all
Right.
individuals who are burdened by the circumstances around them.
So it's
I
all
never
just
wanted to be a
chance.
fighter. Coincidence, chance. Emran, you know me. I never wanted to be a warrior.
I know. Neither did I.
But thus we must become what the circumstances ask for. Who else was going to protect the town? Who
Just
else
can't
is going
help
to
but
do the
feel like it
thankless
shouldn't
tasks?
have been me. It just could have been someone able-bodied, could have... Just why did it have to be me or my mother?
Can't change the past. We can always ask the question, why me? Why me? Why me? And dwell on it. Or we take what we have in front of us
One step at a
and
time.
move forward.
Kind of looks at Conrad with that.
He just nods. One step at a time.
It seems that we have been given a burden. We have. I looked at Conrad. You've been wearing this burden for a long time. Burden to
Yeah.
protect the we have to wear the sins so that the ones that we love and the ones that don't know can walk.
Can't
Their
help but
path
feel
of
like the only
ignorance.
sin I committed was simply existing.
And if you think like that, then you must carry it with you.
Just throughout my entire life, I have seen nothing but bad things about tieflings, about mages. It's so hard to not believe them sometimes. There is no
Where is it? Where is it?
story with a tiefling with a happy end. And for the longest time, I wanted to be the first. I'm not so sure that's going to happen now.
You don't know that.
I don't.
We all wish that we weren't the person that we were called for. We all wish our circumstances were different. I do as well. And so do all who live to see such times.
Well, not
But that is
fucking
not
mine.
for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
I can't believe you pulled that fucking line. It's such a funny concept, the time given to us.
And what
Especially
shall
since my time should never have lasted this long.
has been given to you. So what will Emran, the sorceress, do with her time? What will Conrad, the man out of time, do with it? I look to Theodore. What is Theodore, the Knight of the Silver Hand, going to do with the time that's given to him?
I don't know how to do much else but survive right now.
He shall survive.
Easier said than done, apparently. But I'll give it my best effort.
And that's all everybody could ever ask.
I should probably finish sewing this. Llewellyn, you want blue?
I totally forgot Llewellyn was here. Holy fuck. It's just he's so silent.
I'm so proud of you guys for this.
Oh,
What
you're
is Llewellyn?
you're crying.
The sadistic.
What?
the,
Oh,
the
I'm
cleric
not
going
crying.
to do it this time.
You sure? I thought I saw some tears running down your face.
Shut up. Focus.
Answer the question. Do you want blue?
Red.
Red. I can do red.
Theodore pipes up. Of course he doesn't want blue.
Yeah, I should have
Red.
figured. Red is absolutely your color.
Gotta
We can
support
hide
my
all the
people.
bleeding he gives himself in private.
What?
Does he do that, or is he one of the few that doesn't? Because I haven't seen him do that.
Theodore sends some shifty eyes at Llewellyn.
Do what?
Do you self-flagellate?
Oh. Considering that he's still wearing his robes, he just shows his back. Goes, nope.
Let me see your wrists.
God.
Shows the wrist. There's no lines. Nothing.
Good man.
All his scars are emotional.
Oh,
No?
God.
I am
Mental.
perfectly healthy, and I just want to help people.
Everyone stops sewing again and looks up with just the face of the audacity.
Tell you, I think you would have ruined several people's lives with the cracked cast. There was a pretty hefty betting pool against how much you hurt yourself.
No, but I do like to listen to other
Damn.
people's mental pain.
Well, he does with
Like
the
I
crack
said, all the
cast,
scars are
the-
emotional.
Because
Did
it's
fucking
the
Llewellyn has on Deadpool?
Yeah? All of you did.
Oh, and how much we
Have
would
what?
harm ourselves?
No, how much you would live.
Oh,
Who had the
How much
I'm
money
worst?
did
pretty
they-
sure Emran could have ruined some lives with that.
I'm pretty sure Hammer did as well.
Emran was probably at the worst as for how long you'll live. I think Llewellyn was probably next. Heinrich.
Oh, they believed in me. They believed in me.
No, they didn't. You're primarily in
They
the middle,
just
my guy.
expressly didn't believe in Llewellyn and Emran.
And then it would probably be Conrad and then Amelia.
They didn't want to fuck with Amelia.
No
Mostly
one fucks
because
with Amelia.
Conrad spent too much time with Gabriel, and Gabriel was like kind of in between Llewellyn and Emran.
Hey,
How was Theodore looking during that entire speech, dialogue, conversation?
I think he's trying to hide it.
Insight.
We'll allow an insight check.
Mm,
Insight. I want to
I
roll
will
too.
try, but I have shitty insight.
I'm assuming just normal.
Yeah, just normal.
18.
Can I roll for with guidance?
Do you want to
Oh my
cast a
God.
spell in the middle of this conversation?
No. 19.
Ooh.
Are you gonna roll, Michael? Conrad?
Michael.
I'll take that as a
Michael.
no.
Michael.
Oh, they,
Oh.
oh.
I originally wasn't, but I was like, whatever.
Heinrich and Llewellyn, you can tell that there's almost a bitterness behind his look. He's trying to stay quiet during most of that conversation after telling you guys what happened to your families. And there's just kind of this hint of almost apathy during that speech that Heinrich gave.
Theo. Do we need to have a talk?
We expressly do not.
I will have that therapy session with you.
He gets up and he pats you on the shoulder as he actually is going to try and walk out of the room.
Don't walk away from me one day.
Dismissively waves you off.
No.
I'll get to him.
On the day that your conversation with Carl begins, Theodore takes you guys to the cathedral the first morning, and he kind of pulls you into a huddle. You guys clean up all right,
Thanks.
Thank you.
although beards aren't really in fashion.
Or what'd you say wasn't in fashion?
Beards.
Connor got his all shaven off.
See? Told you I wanted to get my 5 o'clock shaved.
It does
Well,
make
you
you look
didn't?
older though, Heinrich, and that's probably necessary.
Thank you.
So Carl is a bit of an occultist, but not fanatic academic. He's our man when it comes to learning about the occult and darker lore. Try to keep whatever talk about Abhorash and Amelia pretty stringent on what details you want to release.
Mhm.
I don't know what you're telling me and what is correct and what's true, but he will. Be respectful.
But
I'm
will
gonna go
he?
in. I'm gonna start a conversation with him to loosen him up. And after 10 minutes, come into the garden. Come out to the garden. I'll take him out there and we can have a conversation.
All right.
All right.
He heads into the cathedral and it is Sunday. So there's a lot of people going in and out. Some of them give you a couple of looks. They've never seen you before. Not necessarily out of suspicion, but it's
It's
church.
like, oh, that's a new person.
It's church. If you see a new face, that's normally either a really good thing or a really bad thing. um, but eventually the time comes and you see Theodore and another knight in full plate armor walk out of the church and towards a gazebo in the garden.
Hmm.
Alright.
They look like brothers.
They look an
Yeah.
awful lot like that. Carl is wearing pristine plate armor. He has a long sword at his side and doesn't have a shield or anything else. You see a couple of more purity seals on his armor than Theodore never really buys into that stuff.
Here
And you
he's
see he's got a long cape. Something that Theodore just does not generally engage in. You can see
Fuck.
his armor is much less used. It doesn't have nearly as many repair marks or scuffs or dents from places where he has taken blows. But he has scars on his face, along his eyebrow, and along his left cheek. He's seen battle, just not recently.
Oh man, Connor really fucks with this guy's aesthetic.
Yeah.
because legitimately, I was gonna ask Josh, like, could I just make, if I had spell scrolls, could I just make him the fucking purity seals?
Absolutely. If you want to do that, that's definitely what you can do.
He's certainly a
Um,
handsome man.
This is all art for fantasy anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
what's
yep,
he a
that's an
cult
attractive
of?
dude.
He
Yeah,
says he's
it's
a
definitely-
cultist, but who does he follow?
No, he is an occultist.
Studies the
Occult.
spooky things.
OCCUL.
Okay, so he's a
he's a studier of occult, not a
He-
practitioner.
he's a hipster that owns a crystal shop.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Let's see.
As a lot of you approach the gazebo, Theodore turns and he introduces each of you. This is Emran Lloyd, Heinrich Schmetterling, Llewellyn Evans, and Conrad
Faulkner.
Faulkner. I've told you a little bit about them. I've been working with them, and they've fallen into some very rough times recently. You see a glance kind of exchanged between the two of them. Can you roll me an insight check?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Damn it!
Cameron is so bad at reading people.
It's not even that you're like bad at it, it's just that you're not good at it and your luck for
Yeah.
a lot of social checks is not there.
Can I
Yeah.
roll with advantage?
The
No.
holy man.
Damn it! I'm a holy man.
Heinrich.
I have to know.
The look he gives you all is almost like that you would give to an injured animal. Like, be careful around these people.
Hmm.
As in, like, he would kill an injured animal type of deal? Or.
As in, like, an injured animal is dangerous.
Oh.
Could lash
Either
out.
dangerous and, don't provoke them. But to his credit, Carl steps up and he gives you a bow at the waist. My name is Carl Esterosa. I come from a far-off kingdom of Stormwind, and I am a 5-year seniority member of the Knights of the Silver Hand. I serve under the command of Knight Commander Maxwell Tyrosus and under the command of High Lord Lothar Anduin. How may I be of service to you and to your people?
Let's see. Alright, hold on. God damn it.
Hold on, figuring out
you're-
how to speak.
Well, I was gonna say I need to be right back because I heard something at the door. I need to go check.
Likely story.
Likely story. No, someone at
Nah, yeah, go check it out, man. Go check it
Yeah.
out.
But I don't know if you guys want to start explaining our situation and what's the deal. At least give them the basic and general rundown of what hard times we're on down. That'd be good. Just give them basics and overall general things. Don't go into too detail yet.
Well, it's what general things.
Yeah,
We're-
because, like, sure, vampire is a general thing, but not everyone knows what those are.
and how are we going to explain the situation of how we got
We-
into the situation?
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
just start with what we were doing, what our goal was, what our deal was in Darshire. Then you can tell them about the research or you can tell them about Karstein and what his deal is, and you can tell him about how he betrayed us and betrayed the, what was it? I was gonna say, you can tell him about how Karstein betrayed us and how he was essentially using us research and how he was using, he was trying to use his good fate with us to do all this stuff. And just build up that and then tell him about at least what we have found and what we have already told Theodore. Because no matter what, if we have told Theodore, we should at least tell this guy. Because Emran, just don't be screaming, I'm a witch. know?
Yeah.
Just don't say anything about that. Just keep on the down low.
Trust me, Emran was planning on it.
And
But
also keep in mind, he's of the same rank as Theodore.
Mhm.
So you don't need to freak out about him being in a position of power
Yeah.
too much higher than you guys are right now.
yeah, so
Well, I mean, he's not wanted, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not wanted, but
Which is generally telling people that Emran is a tiefling. It's just like, okay, I don't know how they're gonna react here.
yeah, but just tell that. Just tell him gently how we were betrayed at first, and then our plans at least, or uh, ask for advice. ask for something.
I don't even know how to go about that.
Same. I mean, we start at the beginning, I guess, with being militia members. Am I gonna have to speak? Is this a me conversation?
I'm sorry, Gail.
Brain no
can't-
work.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. As Emran will take a step forward and just, it's
Well,
wonderful to
hold
meet
on.
you.
Ethan,
No, I'm trying to.
you just gotta get over some of this anxiety because you're being really quiet for the past couple of weeks.
Well, no, it's not anxiety.
Assembling thoughts is hard.
I don't know.
But Emran will say just like, thank you for the introduction. We, the five of us, were militia members of Darashire. We were tasked with dealing with threats that may endanger Darashire, such as the undead in the Witchwood. Eventually, we came to meet von Karstein and began working with him a little bit under the guidance of Balthazar Holtzman. Karstein betrayed us, shall we say. We were in the process of trying to figure out a cure to the White Wasting, and Karstein surprised us and framed us for Balthazar's murder. We have been on the run since and have been trying to survive and study some occult topics. Most notably,
say.
vampirism.
Ah. He looks over at Theodore and kind of nods. What do you want to know?
I suppose whatever you have on upper vampires, vampire lords, true vampires. We already have some information, but we could always use more.
Well, I know a decent amount of stories. I've been reading up on it, and it's something considered my specialty within our chapter.
Oh,
I know, well, not specifically vampires, but the knowledge of the undead. And
Hmm.
I do have some information I can give you. I'm not sure what all this is about House von Karstein. What?
kind of turns back to look at the others with kind of a deal of just like, are we telling them this?
I don't see why not.
All right. Karstein is a vampire.
Evidence.
The
Nothing
first
physical.
evidence that we can present is that all of his actions, everything that he's ever done, has never been within the daylight.
And I have an
Coincidental.
eyewitness account of him bearing fanged teeth of a vampire. So,
Personal testimony.
that also
And vampire
was,
spawn.
Yes, vampire spawn. We saw a couple within our hometown of Darrowshire. One that was beneath our church, and the other that was converted into one by drinking a red powder that is the dried blood of a vampire.
Saw the corpse
He
of the
killed our father.
saw the corpse of the one in the church. Can't confirm how they know about the way it transformed, but I did see the creature after it was killed, and I did see a living one in the basement of the church. That the Theodore had been kind of leaning up against the railing, kind of trying to be a little disconnected from this story as much as he can without influencing it too much.
Mhm.
And you think this is Carl? And do you think that Konstantin von Karstein is a vampire?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to talk about eyewitness accounts, the cure. Have you heard about the cure that von Karstein has been talking about?
Yeah, everybody's been saying that it's an incredible breakthrough and that hopefully it'll kind of put the lands around Everstill into much more favorable conditions.
He has that
They're
cure
calling him
because
a
we
m-
helped him.
I helped him make the cure.
Huh.
And upon administering, I can give you all the evidence that you need of it, recipes, everything. And upon the administration of it to Lord Balthazar, it was tainted. I did it quick, you did it fast, and you did it stealthily. Upon the administration of this elixir to Lord Balthazar, It was tainted. Lord Balthazar himself turned into a vampire spawn within seconds.
It actually took a few
And-
minutes. He left the room first.
And his bodily language indicate high anxiety. As his eyes darted around the room and left and put the blame on us.
Guards entered the room before Balthazar was dead, saying that we killed him.
When he was still alive.
Actively choking.
Okay. And you'd be willing to share these formulas with me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see some notes or anything about that as proof that you were actually involved in all this?
As Heinrich begins to pull out the not a pamphlet, but just loaded notes.
Like a booklet.
Yeah. You know, the calculate like just chemistry set, everything. And walks up. Hands it over.
He kind of flips it through it, and you can tell he doesn't fully comprehend what this is. But he does understand that this isn't just made up. He at least has that much comprehension. He hands it back to you, and he asks you guys just kind of motions for you to come further into the gazebo.
You were gone for that whole thing, Llewellyn? God damn it.
Jesus.
We're talking to this dude, told him our deal. Like, what's going on?
So, do we want to talk about vampires, or do we want to talk about collaboration first?
I think vampires first.
Well, I know a decent amount about vampires. I know that they're based on a hierarchy. I know that a vampire lord, true-blooded vampire, which can only be born after their master dies as a vampire spawn, or if they are given permission to have full autonomy in a ritual called the Black Sacrament by their vampire lord, so the one that turned them. Otherwise, they can have their thoughts and sometimes minds influenced or entirely taken over by their master. So I don't know what the distance is on that. It seems to happen at random in stories, but a vampire spawn might be talking to their family member, and suddenly they'll get taken over by a bloodthirst, and they'll just go on a rampage, or they'll capture their loved ones and bring them to the vampire lord in story. So they seem to be able to exert some extraordinarily and supernatural control over the vampire spawn that they created.
Hmm.
As for any kinds of weaknesses, I don't think you don't know about any of these, but sunlight directly harms a vampire lord, and it makes vampire spawn uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Most of them seem to have some aversion to it, at least, so they're sensitive to it. I know that vampires aren't necessarily native to this area. Every story that I've read about the Eastern Kingdoms has them coming from another land
I can
to the
corroborate that.
west.
Karstein himself claimed that he was
Karstein.
from a land that was basically nothing but a desert.
And they always carry sand with them.
I think that might be
Yes.
to make their lair anywhere.
Huh.
They just simply need to be around their home in order to not perish forever.
Okay.
So
I
I've
know that
heard,
there
at
are some
least.
old stories of their connection to a very old necromancer, but the name of the necromancer has kind of been erased in time.
Hmm.
Few other things that I could talk about. Let me roll a history check for him to see what else he remembers without his books.
I do have a question for when you're ready to answer it.
Shoot. I'm open to all conversation and all discussion.
Do any of these old tales depict obsidian shards?
Oh, I've been moved.
Vampires, very specifically, no. But can you be a little more descriptive?
During our time with the militia, we encountered a few of these obsidian shards. I was pricked with one. It gave me a very strange dream that involved such a desert with armies of skeletons.
Heinrich will describe kind of like the coloration, the orange veins, and the shapes and sizes that they've come in.
And that they exude witchlight oil.
So I've heard of a very evil artifact in another story that involved the Fae. But
Would
it
you mind
was
telling
much
us that?
larger than what you're describing. And that
We
arch wizard got a hold of this artifact and that he could create massive armies of the undead from it. There's normally restrictions to which you can control as a necromancer, but this thing just totally removed those restrictions.
That does check out. We saw someone use a shard to summon the undead, killing himself in the process.
Are you saying? And did you? What happened? Do you have these shards?
No,
no, but von Karstein does.
Karstein does.
You see, there's one very important ingredient into making this elixir.
Yeah.
It involves a tree, an undead tree.
With like
The
a
only way to
blight,
make it. What did you say,
No.
Josh?
like a blight.
No.
No, not quite.
The singular tree that exudes a certain sap, but it only grows with bodies.
And with an obsidian shard pressed into the center.
Uh,
And von Karstein exuded the order for all shards and all pieces for the bands, amongst any things to be gathered before we were blamed, in an effort to make this tree. It was to the east of Everstill, right, Josh, in that forest?
Yeah.
It was to the east of Everstill, in a forest over there. I do not know if he has moved it.
How would you
There's
move a
flowers.
tree?
do
I
you
grew on
think
it.
that such a plant should be destroyed? He also looks over to Theodore on his opinion on this one. This is the first that I'm hearing about it.
I don't know
Is
if
I
that
have to put
something?
it should be destroyed, but it is the only ingredient that has potentially worked with curing the lasting effects of the wasting.
The one chance I have had in trying to use the cure was foiled. So in theory, it should work. But it's not something that should be made willy-nilly.
No.
As a person in medicine, I want to help everyone that I can.
It sounds like you can. Should Do you have any of these flowers still?
No. We have all the other
Do you think
ingredients,
he's
but not the flowers.
Do you think he's actively guarding it?
I can't say for sure, because on one hand,
Josh,
it
was
might
he-
be possible that he wants to avoid all notice of it, but on the other, it's too important to not guard.
There might be creatures of the night blocking it. Josh, were there any known guards in the area for the treatment when we were there?
Absolutely not. He wanted nobody to know about it.
Yeah.
He wanted nobody to know about it when we were there. So, and it's been a month or two since. 3 months? 3 months? Has it been 3 months already, Josh?
Yeah.
What month is it?
Oh, it's been
April.
it's been 3 months since then. I do not know if he has changed locations nor changed his mind.
Might be a reason why he wants us dead so much, is because we're the only people who know where it is.
Okay.
I mean-
I think this is not necessarily a discussion for me anymore. I've shared with you what I know about vampires. If you can think of any questions about it, let's bounce ideas off of each other.
Hmm.
Anything
So-
that you think could be explained, or questions that maybe I'll have an answer to? I can't guarantee it.
Do we
I'm
know if
but a
there's a
man.
possible cure for vampirism? Turning those that have been turned back to their original selves.
Miraculous resurrection.
Hmm.
There's one story of a vampire being redeemed, but only by the intervention of Pelor
Hmm.
after his
Yes.
death at the hands of a dragon.
That's not an option. Got it.
All right.
Any other weaknesses
See, well-
besides sunlight?
Running water.
Huh.
Don't think that's useful.
Can they go
Could
out in
be
daylight if
helpful
they're
in
fully
avoiding them.
clothed, or does it go through?
No, it fully goes through any armor that I know of and any clothing that I know of. Or at
Hmm.
least there's no story of any special daylight suit that a vampire came up with, and I'm sure they probably would have tried.
With
Mhm.
running
Maybe.
water, is it simply like being immersed in it hurts them, or what are the details on that?
Just says that, like, in a river, a vampire soul begins to become washed away.
Oh.
I think it's something to do with the synchronicity of Eldath, perhaps. Or perhaps connecting it back to their homeland if it's a massive desert. Maybe there's something to do with
Hmm.
the holy properties of water in their culture. I'm not sure.
I wonder if holy water would affect vampires. They are undead, after all.
Holy water affects all the undead. I think it would work.
See, this
Although
is
it's
why I
not-
want to make alcohol with the holy water.
Carl
he's
looks
out,
at
man.
you with the most quizzitive, I've never thought of that in my life kind of idea.
I mean, makes sense.
Why alcohol?
He
Because
worked in a tavern for a long time.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
worked in a tavern.
really
I've always
good at
wanted to make my own
making.
brand and branch out.
And
Well, but
also,
do
I
you, are
think
you
I've
thinking
heard
that
of
it's
people
gonna-
using alcohol to sanitize wounds.
But what would that have to do with holy water?
I
Are you
don't
saying
know.
like, can you distill holy water? Is that something you've tried?
I'm very proficient with brewing supplies, but I don't have my own kit.
We
I
just
have
haven't
been looking
had
for
the
one.
tools or the time to try.
Okay.
And I really want to
I
try.
mean, given a vampire, like holy wine would be interesting,
Indeed.
but I'm not sure how much we would want to put into that at the
We
moment.
Today, this blessed wine.
A
Blood of the
vampire dies in the
Father.
corner as they drink it.
And that's Carl actually saying that.
I mean, I don't know if it's viable. Maybe, we could just do something with that.
Maybe. I think supernatural talks are kind of out of order now.
Yeah.
Let's talk logistics, I guess. I don't know if Theodore has talked at all about it, but there are so few of us involved in the Silver Order in this land. But the few of us that are very capable. And we have a paladin for our chapter master.
Okay.
That's good.
I think I'd be willing to throw my name in. Having talked to you, you all seem like good people. I
Thank
think
you.
I'd be willing to throw in my name along with Theodore's to Master Maxwell about perhaps
Alright.
supporting you. We don't have a lot of sway politically. We have some,
Alright.
Any
but a lot of
support
people
is wonderful.
have kind of forgotten about us. Militaristically, we're much more capable. It would take a lot, but getting Maxwell to leave his cushy job at rest, and myself and Theodore are both fully capable knights, though we're
Yeah.
not backed by any oath. I if you ever need to tackle anything.
I mean, can the political power, could you guys' political sway get us some meetings? Maybe, I don't know, eavesdrop on a couple of, get some more information.
I can certainly ask around.
Okay.
What information do you want?
Because I'm intrigued with and very interested in the reasoning Karstein wants knights in his royal knights, more royal knights in his court.
Right.
I am
It's to our understanding that he's trying to send forces to the Witchwood.
with what we understand now. I am feeling wary of sending powerful knights into his care.
Do you think
Especially
he
with
would
the
poison
whole-
them?
It's possible, especially if he can exert his influence over them. He would have an army at his command. And no one would be any the wiser.
I'm not sure if he could, but I do not know the potency of his lineage.
Okay. I can arrange for a meeting with you and the Drocht family. Is that what you want?
Let's see. The drunk. These guys are more
These are the artists.
artisans. Well, first, do they have anything of need or anything that is required at the moment? Maybe we can get them. Maybe we can ingratiate ourselves with them with something, at least a note in their region.
Bye, Ethan.
E-
I don't think you're going to like my answer to that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What is your answer to that?
If you could clear out the refugees around Stadborough, I'm sure they'd be much ingratiated to you.
Hmm.
It's an uncomfortable proclivity of theirs is that they don't want these refugees to be hanging around in their lands. And a lot of the people that are coming here are coming from the southern plains and some of the areas around Stormwind. There's a lot of disasters going on around that area of the world right now. Some of them seem to be like natural, like flooding and earthquakes and the like.
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm. Because you'll need at least them to sway with Lindell if you don't want more knights and more men to deal with him. Deal with or more or less men to potentially have Karstein control. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Hmm.
Because right now I would at least want to at least divert those forces and maybe let's see. Yeah, I'm. I'm trying to think how would be best to go about this.
Hmm. I don't know.
It's you.
Well, what was
Evan?
that? Was that Josh?
Okay.
Okay.
Heard some
so
grumbling from over here. Do we want to continue this conversation with only 3 players?
I'm leaning towards no with that. This is an important
No.
conversation.
Okay. Well, with that, I'll call it a session then.
Yeah,
All
3-hour session is
No.
still a session.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's just I would really want at least Heinrich and Amelia's opinion on this because
Yeah.
as a player, because they have goals that opposite legitimately what I'm trying to
Yeah.
put out, and
They have
I
different
as a
goals
player
than the
don't
rest of
want
us.
to be an asshole to Danielle and Ethan when they're not being here, being like, all right, I dictate the story, I drag this here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if Heinrich or Amelia would be like, hey, maybe point out how there's another tree in the fucking Witchwood or something like that.
Yeah.
It
Just
gets
having more
burned.
brains on the subject.
I don't know. Why don't we burned and then
Yeah, we burned the one in the Witchwood.
yeah, but
But yeah, no, point made.
Yeah.
With that, I'll probably take the advantage to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
fair
So
enough.